Hi, my name is Judgment. I'm part of the Zelda community. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to download, patch, and play MSU-1. It's a little bit to get it set up. MSU-1 ROM hack. It lets you play CD quality music. Some of your old favorite Super Nintendo games, such as The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, can be played with orchestra music. So the first thing you want to do is in this YouTube tutorial, you'll want to go to the description and download the MSU-1 Starter Kit. This is going to have everything you need to patch games and also listen to the audio as well. And if you don't have a means of extracting files, you'll also want to download 7-zip. So after you download these two, you'll extract them and you should get this right here, MSU-1 Starter Kit. They'll have everything you need to get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find the patch, and you're going to find everything you want at zeldix.net, and then you scroll down to MSU-1 hacking, and then here you'll find games broken up into categories. So let's go with Mega Man X. So let's click Mega Man X, and then you'll want to download two things. You're going to want to download the patch, and then you're going to want to download the album you want to play. A lot of these games will have multiple albums, as you can see right here. There's about 7 or so. And so you can see mine right here, the Guitar Legends album and the instrumental variety. So then you're going to want to download one of those as well. So you'll need the patch and the PCMs, which is the music album. And after you download those, so here's my patch files here. And here is my PCMs, or the music album, for the game. So the first thing you want to do with patching is you want to make sure that you have a no header on your ROM. So to check that, you'll do the SNES multi-tool, and then you'll do File, Open. You'll want to find your ROM. So let's go to Desktop. Right here, and then you'll want to open it up right here. And so if you had a header to remove, you would have an option right here that says remove header. And so we do not have that option though, so there is no header. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is actually patching the ROMs, and there's actually 2 different patch applications. There's Lunar IPS and there's Flips. So with right here, Mega Man X, you'll want to look at the file type. This is BPS file, and that'll go with Flips. But if it is a Lunar IPS file, that's going to go with Lunar IPS. Okay, so let's start by patching Mega Man X. So a lot of these games will often have different revisions or versions. So if you look here, here is original Mega Man X, and here's revision 1, both in the United States, and here's the 2 Japanese ones if you want to use a Japanese ROM. When you're patching, give the README file a quick read, as it'll sometimes give you information that you'll need, especially if you're doing the Zelda one. But we're just going to go ahead and patch Mega Man X. So let's use the the Flips for Mega Man X. So we'll do Flips, apply patch, and then we're going to find our Mega Man X. Right here. Okay, so we'll first find, hold on just a second. Okay, so you first want to find your patch. So right here we have our patch. We're going to be using revision 1, and we're going to open that up. And then you want to find your ROM next. I like to put the ROM in the same folder as the patch, because then it'll immediately come up and find it, like that. So we'll do open. And then with Flips, it'll ask you what do you want to name it. So we're going to name it that. Click Save. We're going to rename it later though, so that's very important. And then with Super Mario World, we are going to use Lunar IPS. So let's get Lunar IPS up, and you'll recognize it as being very similar. So apply IPS patch. So let's go to desktop. Let's find our folder. So Super Mario World. Let's see, what's it called? SMW. So right here. So we'll get our patch and we'll apply it to our game. And there we go. So now we have Super Mario World and Mega Man X patched. So now we want to move both the video file that looks like this, it'll say type Microsoft Update Standalone Package, or if you right click and do properties, it'll say .msu1 as the file type. So let's grab this as well as our ROM and let's copy them. And let's place it with our album, our PCMs. So paste. Alright. So this is really important though. What you need to do is make sure that the file name, it also matches the game name. So right here with the ROM, we're going to want to copy and paste so that the ROM matches the MSU-1 file name. So the folder it comes in, as you can see right here, the folder can be called whatever you want, but inside everything has to be named very specifically or else it's not going to play. So you want to have the same name for the .msu1 file as well as your SNES ROM. And then each of these PCMs, as you can tell, they're the same name, and then they have a number for what track number they are. You're not going to want to rename anything in this folder. You want to have it look exactly like this, or it won't work. And then, same thing with Mega Man X. So if you look here, we're going to want to have this right here be the same name. So I always just copy and paste the name. There we go. And then we're going to copy and paste. And there we go. As you can tell, they're all the same name. And we can test out if it's working. However, though, my recording setup won't play audio very well when I'm voice recording, so you might not even hear it at all. But as you could tell, it is indeed working. And so that is how you patch both a Lunar and Flips type of patch. There's two different patches. However, though, some MSU1s, particularly the ones that have video files, will require one extra step. So a link to the past is the same way. So you'll want to, of course, start by making sure that it has no header. I know it doesn't have a header, so I'm not going to check. But with link to the past and other ones that has a video cutscene, you're going to want to use Lunar Expander. And you're also going to want to read the README file to see how you're going to expand it. And if you open the README file and expand it, read it, it'll say that you'll need to expand the ROM to be 1.5 MB. So we are going to do Lunar Expander. And we're going to want to say be 1.5. Apply to ROM. So you could tell, oh, I hit the wrong one. Right here, 1.5. Apply to ROM. And then we're going to want to find a ROM. So let's go to desktop. I believe it's this one right here. Yep. So there you go. ROM has been expanded. Now it's ready to be patched. So first expand, then patch. So if we look here, we have Lunar IPS. So let's use the Lunar IPS. So grab the patch file, and then grab the ROM, and there you go, it's patched. Okay, and then once again, you're going to want to make sure that the same name is used. So now we got the same name. Then you want to grab the video file and the ROM, copy, and put it into the same folder as our album, the PCMs files. So there you go. So one thing to take note of, some of these are going to be named, say, Super Mario World MSU-1, and some of them, if you look, won't have the 1 at the end. So depending how the ROM hacker that made the original MSU-1 hack, depending how they named it is what you have to match. And one of the most common mistakes people do is either not have a 1 or have a 1 at the end of the naming. But let's go ahead and give it a run and see if it works. Again, you'll most likely not hear my audio from the game, or if you do, it'll be very distorted and you'll barely hear it. But we can check if it's working. And this will have a video cutscene at the beginning, so you'll know if it's working or not. There you go. See, I patched it correctly. Okay. So that's everything you need to know to patch a game and to play it. But there's one more thing that you're going to probably want to be interested in. If we go back to Zelda, because as you look, there is a bunch of cool albums. And so you can choose multiple different albums. And you can even mix and match tracks from them and create your own album. However, though, you'll need to listen to it. And if you try listening to it, it won't work. So, to listen to an MSU-1 or PCM file that's used for the MSU-1, you'll want to install Fullbar 2000 version 1.54. And so you'll want to install that as a music player, and then you're going to want to insert this into your music player, which I'll show you how to do right now. So let's open up Fullbar because I've already installed it. Then you do File, you do Preferences, and you'll have this come up right here. And then you'll want to, right here, you'll want to drag this right to here. See, just drag and drop and click OK. It's going to want to ask you to restart it, so a message will come up asking to restart, and you just say yes. So I restarted it. It was on my other screen, and I clicked yes. And now, if you try to play a PCM track, so you just kind of drag and drop and tell it to play here. There you go. You might not be able to hear it again, but it is playing. Alright, that's everything you need to know. Sorry that my recording doesn't let me record voice and my laptop both with very clear efficiency, so sorry about that, but that's everything you need to know to play, download, patch, and organize and play MSU-1 games. They're really fun. If you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I have many different PCM albums that I've created for different games. If you have any questions, you can find me on Zeldix. I tend to log in almost every day, so an easy way to get my help if you need it is just go to Zeldix, come right here to the bottom, and you'll see me as one of the members logged in the past 24 hours. You'll almost always see me there. And you can contact, and you can send me a private message, and just be like, hey, I still need help. And then just write your message here and send it to me, and I'll receive it. So if you have any trouble whatsoever, need my help at all, please just ask me there on Zeldix, and I will help you out. Alright, have a great day.